What up? Yo, what's your problem, man? I know what you know what? I know what your problem is. I'm gonna tell you what your problem is. You don't know how to use the EQ. Well, you better come on in here, cause you know we got to fix that. Hey, yo, I'm dumb, man. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. I know it. But you know what? If there's one thing I know, it's how to mix and record, man. This your boy Wavy Wayne from Wayne.wav. And you know, I'm gonna drop some more gems on you today, all right? One of the biggest questions that I know all of y'all have, man, cause I be lurking, I'm watching, is how to EQ. And today, we're gonna talk about how to EQ the perfect rap vocal. Whew. Get your pen and pad, cause it's gonna be a good one, man. So, yeah, I just got this little track here, real simple. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna see how I approach to EQing. I ain't done nothing else to this. It's recorded completely dry. We're gonna make it sound good with just some EQ first, all right? Now, maybe we might need to compress it a little bit. But yeah, let's start there. So before you EQ, you want to compress the file just a little bit, man, just to get a little taste on it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna grab a real standard compressor. You know what? I'm gonna use I'm gonna use this UAD joint that I like to use, man. You ain't gotta use this. You can use any compressor. You know what? I ain't gonna do that. This is for y'all, cause y'all ain't got that UAD stuff, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this standard compressor, right? And I just want to knock off the peaks, all right? Now, if you need to know how to use a compressor, that's going to be for a whole nother video. So I'm just going to compress this joint, get it to how I like it real quick, and then we're going to talk about the EQ.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, because if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address and send it out. That's a fact, hey. Yeah, shout out to Blue. Shout out to you. Matter of fact, shout out to the whole world that's on YouTube and the IG too. You know how IGs do. I don't think that I could ever stop, cause this is too much fun. I can't.
Cool. So now that I got it compressed, the next thing that I want to do here, and you might even want to do this before or after, there ain't really no rules to the game, right? Is to make sure that the level is good, okay? So let's just go ahead and make sure that we set the vocal level against the beat track how we want it, all right? So you see this first track, this is my beat here. Let me just go ahead. I'm going to change the color for you because, you know, you never know, man. Some of y'all slow out there, man. You're going to be like, wait, which one is the beat track? Well, the green one is the beat track and the blue one is the vocals, okay? Cool, let's go with that. So I'm gonna set my levels here.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away.
Now, how do I set my levels? Well, typically on a rap song like this, I would want the vocal level to be as loud or just a little bit louder than the snare drum, all right? So that's what I'm listening for as I'm setting that level, because I want the vocal to not be over the music, but be right in the pocket with it, all right?
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you...
Cool. So I feel like that's a good level. It's a good level to start at. And everything else from here is going to be EQing, right? That's just a little pro tip for y'all, man. After you set your levels on the track and you feel like that the overall levels are pretty good just by moving those faders around, then, you know, maybe after that, focus on the EQ to get the sound right. So let's go ahead and insert an EQ. When EQing, you want to just insert the EQ every track individually, right? Every track is going to have a separate sound. So don't think you can just put an EQ on your master bus and you're going to fix the whole mix, all right? That's not how you want to do this, man. So here we go. This is the standard 7-band EQ. I'll walk you through it just a little bit, all right? At the top, you got your input control, and it also has the little phase reverse button right here. So this input level, if your signal is coming in a little loud or a little quieter than you want to, you can change that. And of course, the EQ is a frequency specific amplifier, meaning that as I boost or cut certain frequencies, the level of that track is going to be ultimately altered, right? So if I'm boosting by 3 or 4 dB, I might need to turn the overall output of that signal down by 3 or 4 dB, depending on what I'm doing. So I don't have to go back and mess with my fader again, especially if I got any automation or anything like that happening. I can just make the adjustments on level right here after I affect them with the EQ channels. So you have a high pass filter and also a low pass filter. I love these. And you know what, right off the bat, one thing I'm going to do here when I'm EQing is go ahead and activate my high pass filter. This is going to cut off those unwanted low frequencies. Now, how much do I want to cut off? That's all depending on the type of voice, the type of song. But typically I find that about 80, 85 hertz or maybe a little more is going to be more than enough. Like, I don't really need anything under that on a vocal. So let me just go ahead and as you see here, this is my slope control or my Q control. Determines let me move this frequency so you can see this. It determines how drastically we're going to be cutting off at whatever the cutoff frequency is. So let's cut it off pretty drastically. Let's just cut that right off. It ain't nothing to cut that off. All right. So I'm gonna cut it off, and let's just see. I'm just going to start with this high pass filter, just by sweeping it. Right, this is a good way to get into EQing and learning about the frequencies. Is grab that frequency knob, watch that frequency number, right, and listen to when that vocal starts to sound better, when it sounds more clear, or when it sounds, you know, like you've changed it too much, right? And ultimately, with the high pass filter, I like to just take it a little bit till it sounds too much and then back it off from there.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified. Cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address and send it out.
Okay.
That's a fact. Hey.
See?
Yeah.
Right about there, starting to sound like, okay, maybe I'm cutting a little bit into it.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go.
So I'm gonna back it off a little bit. I still want it to sound natural, right? So like I said, man, right about that 85 seems to be working for me.
Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to.
And as you, each one of these bands, you see it has a little button that says in. If you working with this EQ, or most EQs have something like this, or if not, they all have a master bypass. But take that out of the chain for a second to see as you're EQing if the changes you're making are actually helping the signal.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page.
I think I can take a little more off.
So that you can get notified. Cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address and send it out.
All right, cool. So I like that. And I settled at 108 hertz for now, okay?
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make.
You know what? I'm gonna back it up a little more because under my bypass, I feel like I lost a little bit of that heaviness.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away.
Cool, I like that. So really anything under that 100 hertz right there for me in this scenario is not going to be useful. It ain't nothing but a bunch of rumbling and room noise and stuff like that anyway. So we're going to get rid of that altogether, okay? Cool. So the next thing that I want to do here is actually, you know what I'm saying, find any problem frequencies that may be arising, okay? And this is when I like to use my boost and sweep method, okay? So I'm just going to boost around. I'm going to boost a given frequency, and a lot of time those problems start with the low mid frequency. So you see down here at the bottom we got our 5 bands of parametric EQ. We got the low frequency, the low mid frequencies, high mid frequencies, and high frequencies, right? I'm gonna start with this low mid. It's a bell type EQ. See, it's giving like a bell type curve as I boost that gain, right, and cut it. And what I want to do with this, while I'm trying to find problem frequencies, is I want to give a nice boost. So maybe like 6 to 8 dB or something like that. I'm going to boost that frequency, all right? And then I'm going to use the frequency control to sweep around in that area and try to pinpoint what sounds nasty, right? Especially if you don't know where the problem frequencies is, this is how you can find it, just by kind of sweeping around and finding out what's nasty over there, if it is something. So here we go.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address and send it out. That's a fact, hey. Yeah, shout out to Blue, shout out to you. Matter of fact, shout out to the whole world.
Okay, so for me, right here at about 340 hertz, it's sounding a little boxy, right? It's kind of giving that vocal a boxy sound. Let's hear that again.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember.
Right, so I don't like that sound. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna dip it out a little bit. I'm gonna grab my gain control and I'm gonna probably take it out. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, 1 to 3 dB or so to start. And as I dip that out, let's just go ahead and also close the Q control, which affects the width of that EQ. So I'm not affecting so many of the surrounding frequencies. So I'm just gonna tighten that Q up now that I found my problem frequency, and let's listen.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page.
Whoa, so let's listen to that in solo real quick, because I feel like that definitely helped this vocal get clear. Let's start off. I'm gonna start off with the EQ and bypass.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address.
Wow, see, that definitely cleared it up. So I'm getting
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page.
So I'm getting a nice little frequency right there from that. So now let's see if there's any other frequencies, right? It seems to me I'm hearing something in that kind of high end, something around that 1K that's kind of poking out just a little bit. So let's just do a little boost and sweep right around this high mid frequency. Again, just give it a nice little boost, and I'm going to sweep the frequency as I'm listening.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you...
And for me, it's going to be right there, that 2.6 kilohertz. Let's go ahead and dip that out a little bit, just a little bit, and then we're going to tighten it up.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I...
And if you notice, when I bypass this, I'm not drastically changing it. I ain't giving it the telephone effect or nothing silly like that, man. I'm just cleaning it up a little bit better so we fit better into this mix and help it stand out now. So now that I've done my cuts, right, let's see if there's any areas that I want to boost. And in this, I think I want to give it a little bit of boost on the high end. That's very popular nowadays, to kind of have that nice bright vocal so it cuts right through that beat. So you know what? I'm going to use that high frequency shelving EQ to just go ahead and give a nice little bump, and let's see what it sounds like. It's all about listening.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address and send it out. That's a fact, hey. Yeah, shout out to Blue, shout out to you. Matter of fact, shout out to the whole world. That's on YouTube and the IG too. You know how IGs do.
Cool. I like how that's sounding. Now there seems like there is a little bit of kind of mud or something happening in my low end. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to grab my low frequency shelf, right? This is a shelving EQ down here at the low frequency as well, and it can be switched to a bell type EQ, but I'm gonna keep it as a shelf, and I'm just gonna let's dip out a little bit, starting at about 200 hertz or so. I just know that that's typically a problem area, and then let's just dip it a couple of dB.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page.
Now I ain't trying to make the vocal sound all thin, so I think that's gonna be good.
Blue Microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you win, you better go and hit me back.
Cool. And then I think I may just give a little boost to the mid-range section right here, my mid frequencies. Just give it a couple dB boost just to cut through that mix just a little bit more.
Blue microphones just sent me an ember, and I'm about to go and give it away. So go ahead, make sure you like and comment on my page. Hit that little bell so that you can get notified, cause if you win, you better go and hit me back so I can get your shipping address and send it out. That's a fact, hey. Yeah, shout out to Blue. Shout out to you. Matter of fact, shout out to the whole world that's on YouTube and the IG.
So that's how I would EQ that vocal, man. Really simple. I didn't do a whole bunch to it. You see just a couple of dBs of changes here and there. And that's the secret, man. Keep it simple, stupid. If you need to get your records professionally mixed, hit up wavywayne.com. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you also hit me up for your custom templates, man, to get this EQ kind of preset. I already got this set up in the track for you with the compression and reverb and delay and all that stuff the wavy way, all right? Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share so that we can keep growing as a community and we can bring you this dope content. And what's that one thing I always say? Be dope, 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 dope.